The Ox and the Frog. Hello, dear children. Today, we are going to share a very fun and a little bit funny story with you. Sometimes, what happens when we try to look bigger than we are or envy others? We will see this with a huge ox and a tiny frog. If you are ready, let's set sail for the land of fairy tales. There was a little frog living by the edge of the pond, among the lush green leaves. His name was Pistachio. Pistachio was a very cheerful and bouncy frog, but he wasn't very happy about being small. One day, a huge and strong ox came to the pond to drink water. The ox's name was Pine. Pine was so tall and so wide that Pistachio had never seen anything so big in his life. Pistachio thought, "Oh my, what a majestic animal! I must be as big as him. Then everyone will respect me." As Pine drank water and slowly walked away, Pistachio immediately jumped over to the other frogs. Friends, did you see that ox? I can be just as big as him," he boasted loudly. The other frogs looked at each other in astonishment. "You, Pistachio? As big as that giant ox? Don't be silly, Pistachio. It's impossible," they said. But Pistachio didn't listen to them. He took a deep breath and started to puff up his body. "How about now? Have I grown?" "A little," they replied, "but you're not even half the size of the ox." Pistachio became even more determined. He took an even deeper, bigger breath and puffed himself up with all his might. His belly swelled up like a balloon, and his eyes looked like they would pop out. "How about now? Do I look like him?" he asked. His voice was now hoarse and came out with difficulty. The other frogs shouted in worry, "Stop it, Pistachio! You're going to hurt yourself!" But Pistachio didn't stop. He wanted to be as big as the ox. He took one last breath, and poof! Pistachio returned to his normal, tiny size, with the air escaping from his ballooned body. He was a little dizzy, but he was perfectly fine. The other frogs burst into laughter. Pistachio looked at them and then at his tiny hands and feet. "You're right," he mumbled. "I'm just Pistachio, tiny and cheerful. I'm not an ox." From that day on, Pistachio learned to love himself just the way he was and never tried to be like anyone else again. That's all, dear friends. Remember, just like Pistachio, we are all special. Love the sparkle in your eyes, the kindness in your heart, and your own tiny or huge self. See you in another fairy tale. Goodbye.